So we have another example of left-wing authoritarianism. And there is a deeper philosophic discussion we can have, patriotism versus nationalism. That aside, let's just put the national element, aside for this discussion. So in Maryland, some of the schools don't have American flags in all the classrooms, or there's a lack of American flags. According to the law in Maryland, in public schools, there needs to be an American flag in every classroom, because when they stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance, they pledge allegiance to the American flag. So there is a student that goes to this high school. He's a senior, and I'm trying to find his name. His name is Parker Jensen. And he went to an education commission, like a board meeting, which is a public meeting. Anybody can go to this. So he goes there and he raises the question, hey, there's not an American flag in every classroom. And he didn't get a response. Instead, they called the police on him. So what kind of, what is that? If I were a member of the board, I would attempt to answer that question. Well, it says, well, by law, there should be. And I'll look into it. I'll talk to the principal of that high school and say, hey, you need to put an American flag. Do you just not have enough American flags? We'll supply them for you. But instead, imagine, why would they call the police on him? Was he some kind of threat to them? No, he was an ideological threat to them. Because, it's one thing to criticize nationalism as, well, it's a form of collectivism, it's irrational. But it's another thing to go the opposite direction and become authoritarian in the name of being anti-nationalism. I mean, in essence, this is communism. That's exactly what communism is. It's left-wing international socialism. It's collectivism that's international, that is anti-nationalistic. Now, obviously, I'm not in support of that either. Most certainly not. I'm an individualist. I believe in rugged individualism. I believe in capitalism. I believe in the free market bringing people together. So, to punish somebody because he asked a question, hey, by law, there's supposed to be American flags in every classroom, but there isn't. You don't call the police on him. And not to mention, he wasn't just arrested, he was also suspended from the high school as well. You don't get suspended for asking a question, hey, there's not enough American flags in the classroom. So what does that tell you? I don't believe in public education. I don't think the government should be involved in education at all. I believe that the free market should take care of it, and there should be a competition of who can teach students, who can teach people better, to teach them critical thinking skills, etc. But this is the state of these really blue cities in particular. I'm guessing this is in Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland, of course. You get this mentality in places like San Francisco and Chicago, etc. So anyway, it's absolutely absurd. Those who were involved in calling the police and suspended, the board, the education board should be voted out for sure, impeached and voted out. This is a violation of this young man's rights, and those who suspended him needs to be investigated and fired, frankly, for doing that. So anyway, that's that.